warm welcome to Times Now special broadcast. I'm Prathibha Chandran, and yesterday we saw these visuals. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar together, idli, sambar, some kara baat. Is that the ultimate recipe for a peace deal? That's what we are going to find out today on the broadcast with us. We're going to break it down for you. How long is this calm going to continue? What's going to happen next in Karnataka? And what has been happening, the inside story of this entire meeting, what the High Command has decided, and the kind of action that you're going to see in the coming days. We're going to be talking about all of that, getting you a lot of the inside story as well on what has been unfolding in Karnataka. Thank you for joining us here on this special broadcast. Joining me on the show is Mr. Ashok Gaur of the BJP, Syed Abbas, a political analyst with us, and Dr. Divya Kiran Jeevan, social work professor, also with us. Thank you so much for joining us to get the inside story on what has been happening. My colleagues Neha Bale and Imran Khan are also on the broadcast with us. They will tell you what has actually been happening within the Congress party and how the BJP is going to move here. But before that, I want to begin with Abbas. Abbas, it looked like everything went on well. While they had the idli dosa, that was their peace deal. We have our Bangalore famous Mandaki here with us. Is the peace deal actually done? What can be expected? For now, there has been a lot of smiles, a lot of handshakes, and the two leaders coming together. Did it seem like the issue has been solved?
Absolutely. In the words of Adarniya Pradhan Mantri Modi ji, sab changa si. Congress mein sab changa si, all is well. And I always believe, Prathibha, with great power there's great responsibility and equal accountability. I think it's important for the two leaders to come out, hold a spectacle with the media, announce in the breakfast press that all's well that ends well.
But do you really believe that it has ended now?
I absolutely believe so, and I'll tell you why. There's a beautiful shairi. Ibtida'i siyasat hai rota hai kya, aage aage dekh hota hai kya. I made a prophecy on the national media. Of the state who's run 2.5 years to present the upcoming budget, and then of course we see a Kerala elections, Tamil Nadu elections, and series of elections. So let us see. I believe that the High Command, Rahul Gandhi ji, Mallikarjun Kharge ji, will have to take the right decision. Only then I think move things forward. But for now, all looks great, and we are certainly looking forward to a great governance from Siddaramaiah, who's a Kuruba leader, a Ahinda movement leader, to a Vokaliga strong man like a DK Shivkumar. If we weigh in, both are strong leaders, one on the Kuruba side, one on the Vokaliga side. One is a master administrator, the other is a master strategist.
Yes.
Now it's all about, for DK it's not just being a party troubleshooter. He's also a rainmaker. He makes elections happen.
That is the reason why it's going to be so difficult for the High Command. You're saying that in January, Siddaramaiah will break his record, after which there's going to be budget. You also have elections coming in, which means that DK Shivkumar's dream continues to get pushed further and further. So do you think, Dr. Devikan, that this will be the end of it, or is it only going to add to the frustrations of DK Shivkumar, who will have to keep waiting for these milestones of Siddaramaiah to keep passing?
Thank you so much. See, as a citizen of this of Bangalore and a citizen of this state, I think I look at it not from the political point of view. I think for us what matters is issues and concerns and promises. Now, whether it's going to be Siddaramaiah or whether it's going to be DK Shivkumar, I think ordinary people are looking at solutions to problems.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I think Dr. Siddaramaiah was in power for a long time, and I think it's okay to look at a sea of change to see how DK Shivkumar could be.
But is it going to happen? Because, as he has been mentioning, and that's the biggest headache for the High Command. You have DK Shivkumar, it's true, he's a troubleshooter. He is known as the money bag, somebody who has been the go-to person for the High Command time and again. But it's not just about the money in politics, isn't it? There's so much more, because you have the other leader, Siddaramaiah, who is known for his mass appeal, and not just that, he has the support of the MLAs, which is the most important thing for a stable government.
Absolutely. And again, talking from the common perspective, I think as citizens we are really derailed by this whole process of understanding this tussle. I mean to say, whether it's going to be Siddaramaiah or whether it's going to be DK Shivkumar, I think that irritates us in some sense, because that creates a political disbalance in the whole system, and we are worried about this kind of a perspective. So I hope it happens, because I think sometimes having change in the helm of affairs sometimes creates changes in the system as well.
Yes, but is he going to be that patient? That's my question, because it's been 2.5 years, and Imran, you've been seeing DK Shivkumar very closely. You've spoken to him as well, I'm sure, on camera and off camera as well. And he is somebody on camera who is very poised. You know, when there were ED raids at his residence also, he came out to say, I'm a very loyal Congress worker. So he's somebody who always maintains that composure in front of the cameras. But it seems like 2.5 years has really tested his patience, because now you can see him say High Command will decide. I've always been with the Congress party, and now when he speaks about it, it seems to be a message to the High Command that, look, I've been with you, I've been in the party, but now this is the time when I also need to get back something. So how have you seen DK Shivkumar, a change in him from before to now that the 2.5 years has been completed?
I mean, since we saw that, when the government came to power, the tussle which happened, it was not easy for Siddaramaiah to take over the power. We saw that, he went incommunicado. In fact, we went running behind him. He went 40 kilometers away from Bangalore. We went looking for him. He was not even available for the High Command who was trying to reach out to him. He was in a farmhouse. We were one of the ones to reach there, and then he didn't react, came back. Then he was in a hotel. So all this tussle was happening. Then we saw that midnight cake cutting, which happened, reluctantly, and with some happy, some not happy, all is there. But he still now feels that, what he's getting sense that it has to happen now or it will not happen never. Because he cannot leave the chances to next, because Satish Jarkali already has thrown his towel saying that 2028 I will be the Chief Minister.
Parmeshwar has also maintained that, even yesterday when we spoke to him for that matter, Prathibha, he said that I can't question people for having ambitions, indirectly he's talking about himself. And he's always said that, even jokingly, I've always been in the CM race as well. So what? We've seen his supporters also throwing a lot of, weight behind him. So
and he seemed to be taking a dig at DK Shivkumar. I think he spoke to you and he said that, it's not right to, I'm not somebody who will parade my MLAs in front of the High Command, but I am sure the High Command will reward the right people. So it seemed to be his message to the High Command that, look, I'm not doing this posturing, but I also need to be rewarded. I'm also Dalit CM face, I could be your change for the party here. So that has been his message. But, when all of this comes in, Mr. Ashok, there are many, and especially from the BJP, who say that first, when Mallikarjun Kharge speaks to the media, he says that the High Command will decide. He's a Congress president and he says so. And secondly, many also believe that Mallikarjun Kharge sees himself in the race as well, because he is somebody who thinks this is a missed opportunity.
The same thing happened with Ashok Gehlot. He wanted to become AICC president, and Mallikarjun Kharge ji went to take the nomination and say that, like, if you are ready to quit as a Chief Minister of Rajasthan, you can contest for AICC election. Then Mallikarjun Kharge ji files himself as a AICC president. So this is a tradition which happens. As Papa Abbas was saying that, like, the breakfast all has ended well.
Defend this Congress
all has ended
at a time like this, so Papa Abbas.
All has ended well. It's just the beginning of the wellness, or the other side of the wellness. So the point is very simple. See, if they have called for a dinner meeting on 2nd of December, it clearly indicates that all has not ended well, and it is just the beginning of the problems for the Congress party. See, Congress party should understand, or it's a testimony for the Congress High Command, whether it is Rahul Gandhi. We all know that whether it is High Command is Rahul Gandhi today, it is not Mallikarjun Kharge ji. So Rahul Gandhi should understand the politics of Karnataka, how the vote percentage is there in Karnataka, or how the caste system works in Karnataka, or how which community is there with DK Shivkumar, which community is there with Siddaramaiah, and what will happen if the Siddaramaiah is removed, what will happen if the DK Shivkumar is made Chief Minister, what will happen if Parmeshwar ji is brought in, or what will happen if Satish Jarkali has been made as a KPCC President or Chief Minister. All these combinations, Rahul Gandhi, it's a test for Rahul Gandhi to decide.
Yes.
And the advisors whom he is taking the advice from, it's a test for them, whether they have done the groundwork or not, whether they speak to people who work on ground, whether Congress Karyakartas or the reporters or any analysts or the electoral analysts. So that is the point. Congress parties, it's a test for them. More so, as our friend Kiranji was saying, what will happen if DK Shivkumar becomes the chief minister? Nothing is going to change.
Okay, but you know, you're worried about that high command, and I just want to tell our viewers as well this context of saying Papa Abba Santa. That's a language we speak in Karnataka, which is to say, you know,
We sympathize.
Yeah, we're sympathizing with you because you're in a position where you
Feel sorry for it.
defend the
Sorry,
indefensible. Are you defending the indefensible? Because, you know, let's be realistic. DK Shivkumar, how long do you really expect him to be quiet? You know he's a leader who has ambitions. He has been clear about it.
Yeah.
How long do you expect him to really keep the silence?
Prathibha, actually, the Papa or Pavam goes back to Ashokana, and I'll tell you why. Congress party is ruling Karnataka. There's not going to be a BJP or JDS chief minister.
Whoever comes, no
Whoever
BJP.
comes, it will be a
On a lighter note, the BJP has offered support to Mr. DK Shivkumar.
Yes.
No, it's till 2028 only. After that, it is all our game.
And Ashokana, it
now
will be
what
a-
will happen?
Sir, if I can ask you, when you say our game, do you mean
Now
yours
coming
and
to
Mr.
Neha.
DK Shivkumar?
Neha.
Sorry.
Neha, I'll tell you now.
Yes.
DV Sadanand Gowda ji offered 100% full support to DK Shivkumar. I'd love to know from the Bharatiya Janata Party here in Karnataka, why are you fishing in troubled waters? At one end you say, you literally
We want to
castrate.
bring out the curse.
I think we would all agree that was on a lighter note of sarcasm.
Sadanand Gowda is not
that does
a
mean that there are
Karyakarta.
troubled waters in Congress. My
Okay.
question is the High Command actually acknowledging that there
No,
are troubled
no,
waters?
I'll
They're
tell you,
saying have
Prathibha.
breakfast and resolve
Yeah.
this issue.
Yeah.
This is a much bigger issue than something that
Prathibha,
can be resolved.
You know, from
just
going
together.
to, there are no
Yeah.
issues at all to the AICC president admitting on camera to us that we would call for a meeting in
Yeah.
Delhi. There are
Yes.
some
So
issues
now
that need to
I
be
will
resolved.
give you-
all have come a long way in
I will
admitting that, yes.
absolutely,
there-
Neha, that's a fair question asked by you and Prathibha. I will give you an honest answer and you guys will appreciate. I'll tell you, after the Bihar debacle in Congress party, they won't want to take a chance here. What happened in Bihar is a very, very catastrophic scene there. So also, they have learned a lesson from Ashok Gehlot versus a Sachin Pilot.
Yes.
Indian National Congress would never want similar situation here in Karnataka. I was asked by your Times Now anchor Hinaji yesterday on the prime time show that in Himachal we have Suku, no problem. In Telangana you have Revant Reddy, no problem. Why is the problem here? My simple answer is Himachal there is one leader spearheading, which is Sukuji.
Yes.
He's second to none. Anumula Revant Reddy Garu is leading ranks in Telangana. But here let us understand. Two strong leaders are present here in Karnataka. One is a DK and the other is a Siddaramaiah. So therefore, this is where the political experience of a Sonia Gandhi ji, a Mallikarjun Kharge ji, or Rahul Gandhi ji will come in, because Karnataka is the second largest contributor of GDP of the nation.
No, but
Most
is that
important
also the
state
bigger
of-
challenge? That is what I want to
Congress.
ask. I
And
want to
if
ask
10
whether
seconds,
that is
10
the bigger
seconds,
challenge.
I will answer.
Our Abbas will take here to economics and other things. Okay, no, 1 second. Let us get
I'll
into
finish my
the
time.
politics point only.
Okay.
So I'll tell you. See, the politics point is very simple. Why did they lose in Bihar? Because the supporters of Rahul Gandhi or the people who are advisors of Rahul Gandhi never fed a right information to Rahul Gandhi. That is why they lost.
Sir, they lost
But why
because
is High Command so
you did SIR just before
High
election.
Command so hesitant to take a decision? Is it because one, Karnataka is a state which they're really dependent on? It's one of the strongest states for the Congress party. You have two leaders who, you know, let's be honest, without the support of the High Command as well, can win elections here. It's not like Rahul Gandhi's campaigning has won them the elections here. So in Karnataka, it's all the more difficult for them to take a decision, plus the appeal of course, one side a Vokkaliga leader, the other side a Kuruba leader. Why is it so difficult for the High Command to actually take one decision and stick by it?
Yeah, Prathibha, see, of course, we heard with both what Sir spoke. See, my question is, how long are we going to talk about caste-based politics in the city or in the state? I mean to say, there's enough of caste-based politics. We should be looking at caliber, not caste. I mean to say, when you start looking at caste, you're narrowing your very perspective, and it is becoming a huge problem. See, here, who's more capable? Is it DK Shivkumar or Siddaramaiah? Now, why is it difficult for the High Command? I believe, looking at the High Command perspective, it is important for them to be very proactive on decisions like this, because this affects the system. So I think they should look at caliber, they should look at who's going to be the best for Karnataka. If you're looking at future elections, your future 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I think caste may not be the I feel as a social work professor myself, that's not going to be solving problems because people in the city right now are smarter than what we thought 10 years ago.
But that's also a bit of a wishful thinking, don't you think? Because there are many voters who are voting based on caste.
The masses.
But there could be some truth to it because I think, DK Shivkumar, known as a Vocaliga leader, he himself seemed to be saying that community may be supporting me, but Congress is my community. He's making it clear he's not just a Vocaliga leader, he is somebody who is a leader beyond these caste lines as well, which would be one of the things that the Congress party would be thinking about. But Imran, we spoke about how in Karnataka things are very different from the other states because this is one place where the Congress state leadership is much more, they're stronger politically than the High Command itself because the High Command knows that in Karnataka, Congress can win elections on their own. They don't need much of a support from High Command. So what can DK Shivkumar really do to convince the High Command that, he is the best man for the job?
But the question is, Bihar elections, in fact, has more Siddaramaiah and Congress leaders in Karnataka's position much more stronger than the High Command. Yeah. And as he says, advisors to the Rahul Gandhi, look at their electoral performance also. Look at Sadiq Surjewala, K.C. Venugopal, their electoral performance, it's also been questioned. A lot of people have questions about the people surrounding him. People who don't perform electorally seems to perform very well in Congress High Command. That seems to be, we have the tradition of it. And what we also see that, the question of not just DK Shivkumar, now the question of DK Shivkumar comes from Vocaliga. Already JDS and BJP have an alliance here. They have Vocaliga and Lingat vote consolidation. So Congress's vote base is about the Ahinda, what Siddaramaiah, the backward classes, even though JDS, Vocaligas are backward classes, but their terms of political and social mobility are much more than the other castes. So yeah, Vocaligas, we have other OBCs, we have Dalits who are minorities who feel that this is one representation, and how much DK will be amicable to them is what important. That's the last bite of DK Shivkumar is very important. I'm not just a leader for Vocaligas, I'm leader for minorities, I'm leader for OBCs. Yeah. Earlier you saw that he was there with Vocaliga communities where we're doing pujas, Vocaliga community had given out a statement. Yeah. So he just doesn't, he knows that, it's not just that. But largely for 2020 elections, if the OBC report, what will come out, we'll look out, we have to wait and see. Earlier was chunk, now what will come out. Then the entire government of politics again will open about it. How much DK will be able to retain those considered core Congress votes here and stuff. Last time with the bad performance when Chief Siddaramaiah was the leader, they got 37 to odd 50 odd seats. Whose community was there? So that also needs to be factored into. Okay. It's not just about
Imran, I'm sure the High Command also knows that, beyond the breakfast meeting, there's a lot more to be done. So what's really happening in the High Command? What is the information? Are there also a lot of meetings taking place, the pros and cons being weighed in? What are you,
well, absolutely. In fact, for almost 1 hour yesterday, Rahul Gandhi, Kharge and other senior leaders had a meeting on this Karnataka issue. In fact, after Bihar, the 2 hours meeting was there for Bihar, and it went on for almost 45 to 50 minutes discussion on Karnataka. They also will have right now feel that in order to bring in together both of them together and have a face-to-face meeting to resolve this crisis, and they feel that some more than Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi would be that person now to resolve this crisis right now. So this is what in chunk of meetings have been happening. In fact, Kharge, some of the MLAs reached out to Kharge at his night. We saw he said that I can't be partisan to it, and so there has to be somebody else to be taking over it. He also got obviously attacked by BJP saying that the High Command. So he's not part of High Command, rightly so. A lot of questions on that. But this thing is, there are hectic parlays happening even as we speak. Dinner meet is happening, breakfast is happening.
Smiling and speaking to the camera, having breakfast. Very quickly, in 30 seconds. What do you expect will happen? When do you think this rebellion and these smiles will fade and the rebellion will start again?
Well, Prathibha, it really depends. Even this morning we spoke with Mr. DK Shivkumar about the political temperatures, and he very conveniently shifted it to Bangalore's temperature, saying, wherever we go to Delhi, it's our temple and we'll meet them. Not indicating that he's not going, which means it's definitely, of course, coming up on the cards probably quite soon.
What is it about the High Command that they're not able to decide? What will it take for DK Shivkumar to actually convince the High Command that, I'm the man for the job?
I'll tell you what it is, Prathibha. There's a saying, when you do the most common things in life in the most uncommon way, you command the attention of the world. I've always believed there are chanakyas in Indian political system, and one needs to be a master stroke, needs to come in here, a sort of a political master class where they are able to keep both them happy, be it a Siddaramaiah or a DK Shivkumar. I think it's of prime importance, because one thing I can assure you, Prathibha, with a decade of experience of your journalism, that both are very important. It's like the two hands, the two eyes. Both are indeed very important for a Congress party, and both of them are loyalists to the party. They declare themselves as soldiers of the party. So therefore, to retain them and keep them happy, this is where the master stroke of a political chanakya niti comes through. Also, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you, I believe, and my panel also will agree with me. I think this is going to be a decision taken between primarily K.C. Venugopal, Mallikarjun Kharge, and most importantly, Rahul Gandhi. So here, this, I'll tell you, this will be a defining solution here. If they are able to mend the ways, I think 2.5 years to come, with 135 plus MLAs of the Congress party, they will go strong. The BJP, JDS cannot shake them. Also, as a matter of fact, my dear Ashok Gowda ji of the BJP was mentioning about social engineering. When Imran mentioned about Brahmin Banya vote to getting in the OBC votes, Congress also did pretty much similar. But they said caste wrong, batenge to katenge, dividing India. Lo behold, Bihar elections address, and Modi ji brings in caste census. So look at the duplicity and hypocrisy here. And also, as a matter of fact, let us understand that आप करें तो प्यार, हम करें तो वार, ये कैसा अत्याचार? ये पब्लिक है, ये सब जानती है. And let me tell you, the 2.5 years reign of a Siddaramaiah has been absolutely belligerent, and I tell you why. Karnataka, when it comes to GST collection, we rank number 2 in India.
Not because of Congress contribution, not because of Siddaramaiah's contribution. That is the long history of Karnataka.
And 30 seconds, and full time for you. 30 seconds, I'll just complete. No, because you're speaking of welfare.
Abbas is speaking about economic development.
I didn't interview.
They have a long history. From Kempegowda, who started Bangalore till today, there is a lot of people who have added.
Let's not deviate from the real issue.
Economics is different from
my brother Divya Kiran ji mentioned very important about traffic, potholes, all of that.
But where is the time to solve it? The Congress High Command is too busy solving this issue between the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister.
I will concede to you here, Prathibha. I will not even contest the point you're making, because I'm a Bangalorean, Mannanamaga, son of the soil, and I've been here all my life, my school, college, my life. I love the city too much, don't want to go elsewhere. And I want my city to get better. Bengaluru city is a work in progress. But the fact, I see a lot of BJP ministers, spokesperson taking pot shots. Just saying, aren't there potholes or traffic issues in Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai? There are. And this whole issue that companies are running to Telangana, Andhra. Respected sirs, in DK's dialogue, last moment, Andhra, Telangana are our brothers. We do not contest with our brothers. Of Bangalore will contest with the Boston, California, Tokyo,
the real
Dubai.
issue of DK Shivkumar versus Siddaramaiah.
See, I'll tell you, even if Siddaramaiah continues, there is no effect. Even if DK Shivkumar becomes a chief minister, there is no effect. Because the pothole in front of Vidhan Soda, just 500 meters from here, there is no, pothole has not been filled from past 1.5 months. And as well, the pothole which exists, drainage cover, which was damaged in front of MS building, is not getting changed. Is from past 1 year. That too, in spite of all the TV channels going and reporting it, it has not got changed. Meaning to say,
they're fighting a power battle here. But we come to the end of the show. There are a lot of issues in Bengaluru, across Karnataka, plenty, and yet we see this power tussle taking place, which is why I want to come back to that. And as we wrap up, 30 seconds, I want your answers on what you expect will happen next in Karnataka. Is it really the end? We have had Mandaki here. It doesn't seem like we have been in agreement. What would you say?
I think
end of the drama, or do you see this continue?
I think it should end, and I think development is an important perspective, and I think whoever it's going to be, whether Siddaramaiah or DK Shivkumar, I think Bangaloreans and the people of Karnataka want development, want change, and want progress in the system.
Okay.
So politics and caste should not derail a state's governance, and I think that's very important.
Okay, Mr. Ashok Gowda, do you see this as the end, or you think now it's only going to continue?
I personally feel that there will be definitely a regime change if Congress wants to decide. If Siddaramaiah wants to decide, then there will be no regime change.
Oh.
Congress and Siddaramaiah are got two parts here, and that is what is playing the lot of things. If Congress has already changed the CMs, lot of times, but Siddaramaiah is a person who does not want to change, then there will be no CM change, and then there will be a power tussle in the coming days as well. This power tussle, which started in 2023 May, is continuing and will continue and will not end, even if DK Shivkumar becomes a chief minister.
Okay.
In spite of that also, there will be a power tussle from the one more group which will continue. So this is the culture which has been inculcated in the Congress DNA and continue and will continue and will continue.
Okay, okay. So either ways, either if Siddaramaiah continues as the Chief Minister or if DK Shivkumar becomes the Chief Minister, is Karnataka going to see this rebellion within the Congress?
Let me tell you that either DK becomes the Chief Minister or Siddaramaiah continues, the BJP don't have to get overexcited. It will be a Congress Chief Minister. And BJP,
we are anyway coming to power.
JDS have at least 2.5 years to wait. They're in waiting line because Congress has 135 strong MLAs on ground. Now the next point, it's interesting that my dear big brother Ashok Khanna brings about points about warring factions in the Congress. Hand on his heart, how can he forget Yeshwarappa, Yediyurappa? How can he forget Congress leaders calling Vijayendra as super CM? And all of that, Yatnal to one end, CT Ravi to one end, and R. Ashok Ji to one end. This is politics, this is democracy.
So BJP
it's a
or
healthy
Congress
fight.
in Karnataka will see this fight.
DK Shivkumar had said a statement, Vedavakya, and that is sacrosanct, which is, if you are in politics, you have to have ambition. If you don't have ambition, politics is not for you. So therefore, I would say, in the beautiful inscription of my beautiful city and state Karnataka, Vidhana Sauda, government's work is God's work. Sarkarada Kelsa, Devara Kelsa, Congress Chief Minister it will be for the next 2.5 years.
Who is the Devu? Whether it is Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, or
That has been mentioned already.
Ishwar Allah, Tero Naam, Sabko Sanmati De Bhagwan.
Okay, all right. So, but it's one thing is clear. Just as in the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister's case, you know, the idli, dosa or the kara bath was not able to really resolve the issues. It went to the High Command. Similarly, we've had all the mandakis that we wanted to our heart's content, but we've not been able to agree here. So it's a larger problem. We are going to see this disgruntlement. We are going to see this rebellion within the Congress party. Thank you all for joining us on the broadcast, getting your perspective.
Thank you, Prathibha.
With that, it's a wrap up on this show. I thank my video journalists, Pradeep, Santosh, Sunil and Dilip. With that, a quick break. We'll be right back.
The News Hour Special